Oh, look, because I can't see myself, so
Don't worry, you look fine, man. You're good.
that's right. Okay, let me know when we're going on.
Yeah, it's doing the Coach K preparing the show.
Oh, are we doing live?
Yeah, we're doing it live, man. So, guys, what's up? Coach K, Cryptocurrency Education, Yasser, Crypto Nomads. What's up,
What's up,
everyone? We're
guys?
here to do another episode of a Friday TA Fridays and look at some of the coins, look at what's going on in the market. We've got some Ripple on the screen right now. I'll let Yasser take over. How you doing, Yass? How's Friday?
Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you had a good week.
Absolutely.
Man, this market has been getting tighter and tighter and more difficult to predict. The closer we get to the edge, of this wedge triangle that we've been waiting for. Ripple, as I keep saying, is the only one that's had really a mind of its own. But we'll get to Ripple. Let's look at BTC and a couple of the other alts, and then we'll get to Ripple as well as ETC, as requested by Mr. Coach K. So let's get on to BTC. I'm going to be looking up because I have a screen above the camera, so I hope that doesn't look too odd.
It's all good.
Jay, if there's any questions, bro, I'm sure you could just kind of handle it on your side.
I'm just checking see on YouTube if anyone's got questions. We're just doing it on YouTube today, so no Facebook.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. So let's get started. So firstly, we can see very, very clearly the first thing that we look at is always the major market movement, and that is a bear market. Obviously, we can see the downtrend still in play. Mm-hmm. A lot of the guys feel that the bull market is coming, and I must agree with that. And we can see that because the confidence levels have been starting to build up, and we're seeing that more in the altcoins than we are in Bitcoin. There's a lot of guys climbing back into the market. There's a lot of TA experts out there, crypto celebrities that are talking about the bull run, in the near term. And so it's getting everyone fired up and it's getting everyone ready for this next bull run because nobody wants to miss the beginning. I don't believe, to be honest with you, that we're there just yet. I do believe that the bull run is around the corner. I just don't think it's happening now, today. And so these are my reasons why. So Bitcoin, as you can very clearly see, has been setting up a wedge pattern, and so have many of the altcoins. You're going to see. I'm going to share some of the other screens, and it will look almost identical to Bitcoin. So just keep this as a snapshot in your mind. So we've been testing this downtrend line multiple times. As you can see, the price has respected it the entire time. Now, previously I mentioned that. Well, last week I said that we were looking at the top around $7,000, which was the top of this downtrend line over here. Mm-hmm. Now, we didn't quite reach that point, and so we retracted. So in essence, we hadn't actually completed our retracement up to this level here. So we found support at that 78.6. I'll just draw it out for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Looking at this. Let me just zoom in. As you can see over here, that 78.6 was tested. There was huge support over there. It retracted beautifully, and there was a perfect V-shape reversal. Mm-hmm. This V-shape has now been completed. We are now back at the top, at that. Well, not necessarily the 7K level, but because we've been traveling or trading sideways, the top of that downtrend line was sitting lower, which today is in the area of around 6.8. So currently we're trading at around 6.793. So we're just far off. We have touched the top of that roof, and so for me, this is the top, and we should be coming down. Yeah. The bottom of our trend in this wedge sits in two different areas. We're still looking at that 6.13530 area, and we're looking at the 5.8 area over here. Now, last week, I said to a lot of the guys that as soon as we get to the top of that trend line, you should look at setting out a portion of your coin so you can catch some profits before it comes back down, and it did. Now, a lot of the guys were waiting for the bottom of this and didn't catch that train to come back up. But nonetheless, if you had sold at the top here, you're still golden because we are exactly where we are with regard to last week's price. So we should more than likely come back down. So your sell was still at a good zone. So for me, I would wait until we get back down to the bottom. The indicators are overheated. We've been running in green for the last 2 days. The Ripple run last week took us, to the moon, and very likely we're going to be coming back quite soon.
Yeah.
And that's it. So in conclusion, on BTC, short term, bearish. Sort of medium term, we're looking in the next 2 weeks or so, 2 to 3 weeks or so. We're looking at breaking out in either direction.
Right.
Bearing in mind that this is a descending triangle rather than a triangle that's been built up from the bottom, from the top of the horizontal and the triangle running upwards. This is a descending triangle, and we may very, very likely see that one leg come back down to this 5.8 level. To this 4.9 level. If this 5.8 doesn't hold, that's the target. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that it is coming down to the 4.95K level, but what I am saying is that if it doesn't break this if it does break this 5.8K level over here, we're very likely going to see that. So let's just watch this. Play this trade with caution. Keep 50% of your coins in Tether or Fiat or whatever it is that your exchange allows, and a percentage of it in Bitcoin as well. That way, whichever way the market goes, you're either in profit or in slightly a loss. You never in 100% loss.
Yeah, so hedge yourself in and out of the market, so you don't end up getting a huge loss, and you don't get a huge gain, but at least you didn't get a huge loss at the same time. You're mitigating your risk in terms of how you do it, for sure. And then what people might ask you, Yasser, is okay. So they see it keeps the lines keep touching that red downtrend, and then it comes back down. So, basically what you're trying to say in layman's terms is every time it touches that red line, if you look at the actual lines on the movement in the market, it touches it and it moves down. So it's touched it. Obviously, it's touching it more often because we're getting closer to the end of the wedge. And so eventually it has to make a decision at the end of that little apex point right there. So you're saying it can either start going up again towards 78, or it could go down towards 4,900, where the Elliott wave number 4 people can see in the bottom corner there.
Exactly, at this point over here. Just bear in mind that this is the bearish outlook. Now, the bullish outlook, on the other hand, is we have a possibility of a W formation forming over here, as we can see, okay, or a double bottom, either one,
two,
whatever you want to call it. If we broke through this downtrend line, that would be my first indication of us maybe looking at a reversal. My second target would then be the $7,500 or $7,400 level. Should we break past that level over there, and once we get to that 8.5, that would be the real test. But this first part of the year, I would start weighing in more towards the bulls than the bears. So for me, I would look at this as a target to complete that W formation, like we saw on Ripple over here. So here we've got that W formation, as we see, and that's the completion. And as a result of that completion, we saw that breakout.
So we'll talk about Ripple.
We're going to come back to BTC, but sorry, I just want to finish off on BTC. As you can see already, I just want to show you guys something while we're live. Have a look. You can already see that there's retracement. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You see the wick already being built up. So that's already proving to be some sort of resistance. So we're waiting for this. This is the test. If we break through here, our first target is 7.4. Our second target is 8.5. We would then have completed our W formation, and we can possibly say that we are back in the bull market. But like I said, there's more weighing in of us coming back down rather than us breaking out. But who knows? I don't have a crystal ball. Only TA can tell us in facts.
Absolutely. All right, that's great. So now you guys know what's up with Bitcoin, what's going on there, and so. Unfortunately, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, I cannot look at Zoom and OBS and all that at the same time. So if you have questions, do leave them. We'll hit you guys up in the comments on YouTube. So that's just something for you guys to know. And, continue on.
Okay. Do you want me to do a couple of other altcoins as well on the show?
Yeah, let's jump in a couple of them. couple of the ones that you think are ones to look at and keep an eye on.
Okay, so firstly, let's take a look at LTC.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier, I mentioned that most of the altcoins are forming the exact same pattern that Bitcoin is setting. Have a look at this.
Yeah, you can see it already.
From a bigger perspective, sorry, zoom out of it. You can see that triangle wedge forming.
Yep.
Look at LTC. Identical.
It's little brother.
Exactly.
It's silver
Have
to
a
the
look
gold.
at TRX. Have a look at TRX.
It's little brother.
Same thing. Have a look at NEO. Same thing.
Yeah. Neo's looking ready for a breakout too.
Have a look at, I can't get in on top here. Where is that? Have a look at ETC. Same thing. No difference. The only one that's different is XRP.
Yeah.
Because of this breakout. It was in synchronization with the rest of the market up until this point over here. If I pull my trend line from this point here to this point down here, you can see that that wedge was in sync with the rest of the market around the same date as well.
Out, yeah.
It broke out on the back of that PNC and X-Rapid news.
Right.
Okay, so while I'm on XRP, let me just do the analysis on this quickly for you guys. So because of this breakout, I had to look at a different theory in order to figure out where this market is going or predict where this market is going. So firstly, we could look at Elliott wave, as we can see very clearly as this being wave 1, 2, extended wave 3, we've got a lovely wave 4, it closed above wave 2, so that's perfect, and then wave 5. The problem is that I suppose maybe what some of the guys wouldn't want to hear is, so the rule on Elliott wave is wave 5 needs to close below wave 3, and wave 3 needs to close below wave 1. Wave 3 has closed below wave 1. Wave 5 now needs to close below wave 3. And that target range for me is around 18 cents or 18, 19 cents, which is that support structure on the left-hand side over here.
Right.
So that's what we're potentially looking at. And that's it. I just want to show you the Fibonacci quickly. So, okay, so it's actually already plotted. So if I pull from the top to the bottom to figure out where we're going forward, you can see very clearly that Ripple has been struggling to break through this 38.2 zone and not even the weak retracement zone. Now, there is a second trend line that's been set up over here, as you can see from this point to this point over here, and it's still well beneath that. And for me, I feel that Ripple's probably going to come back down, and where it's coming back down to is based on this level over here. So we're looking at this. So firstly, we're looking at that 46 cent mark, as I mentioned, on the Crypto Nomads Facebook page, and then the 78.6, which will very likely show quite a lot of support because of the strong volume. So your first target is 46, your second target is around 36.50, I would say 36.80, call it. And then, of course, the bottom of this channel coming back within that initial triangle, we're looking at around 26, 27 cents.
All right. Some people are not going to like you for saying that.
That's in terms of the in terms of a bull market, a possibility is this count as well. So we could be looking at wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What I don't like about this count is that wave 5 is extended in comparison to wave 3. It's not a very nice format, and it doesn't really convince me. So if that's the case, and this is wave 5, this is your correction, your ABC corrective move over here. This could be wave 1. We could be coming back down to wave 2 over here and wave 3 thereafter. Taking into consideration what BTC and the rest of the market are doing, and we're looking at coming back down, 1 and 2, we're looking at our RSI totally overbought over here. We're very, very likely going to be coming back down on XRP.
Right.
And that's it. Let's touch on LTC.
Okay.
Okay, so again, we've been respecting this trend line. I'm going to zoom in to look at the current market status over here. While we're talking, guys, look what's happened. As we were speaking, when we started this this video, LTC was up almost 2%. Yes? It's hit the top of this downtrend line. We've already got a red candle. Okay, so we're already negative call it negative 0.3% currently is what it's showing. So this is showing as resistance. The one thing that I did potentially call on this again was another double bottom formation. As we can see in Bitcoin as well, there's that double bottom formation. We're also seeing that in Litecoin as well. So again, depending on what happens over here, whether we stay within this downtrend line or not, we will know whether we're going to be able to complete that W formation and kill our previous all-time high, and then the one before that to confirm that we're in a market reversal and not a retracement.
It feels very much. Were you in the market last year at this time last year?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. Do you remember how it's almost exactly the same as last year? Not like at the end of September, start of October. It was kind of. It was looking bullish, then it wasn't really bullish. It was kind of starting to pick up some steam, and then like near the mid to end of October, it started to bull run hard, and then that's when we started. So it looks like. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen exactly the same, but it looks like it's similar setup as last year.
I don't think it'll happen the same way. Well, mainly because last year was a bull run, or last year was a bull market, and this is a bear. On the bigger scheme of things, in terms of Bitcoin, I just want to show you this, which is quite interesting. Check this out. Have a look at that. Okay. In the bigger scheme of things, okay, we are looking at an actual bull market. So our current bear market is in fact a retracement of our bull market going up. With me?
Yeah, along macro analysis, yeah.
You can see that according to this Elliott wave analysis, we've got wave 1, 2, extended wave 3, perfectly formed. Wave 4 indicating that we are heading towards the end of this bear market, and then wave 5, which should close, above wave 3. Now, if we look at the percentage, and I just want to point this out to you guys, because a lot of people believe that this is the worst bear market we've ever seen. It's not. Okay, from that top to this bottom is about 90%, as you can see over there. And this top to this bottom is sitting in and around 70%, as you can see over there. That's the first thing. The second thing is this bear market over here lasted about 21 months. It started roughly, call it 1 December, ended in September, August, around the section over here, so call it about 21 months. And this one so far obviously started in the beginning of January and up until current, which is only 9 months. So it's not the worst bear market that we've ever seen. Just keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
So essentially, based on this bigger move or this bigger time frame as well, we are looking at this being the end of our current bear market, which is in fact a retracement of the bigger bull market.
Right.
All right. You guys happy with Bitcoin? Are we happy with LTC?
Yeah.
You can see LTC at the top here.
Yeah.
Also the same thing.
Yeah. Let's go through a couple more before we run on past our 30-minute threshold.
Okay. All right. No problem.
So we got a couple. We have about 10 minutes more, so no rush or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, here we're looking at TRX. TRX is the only one that has a possibility of 2 formations. The first one is again that the W formation. And secondly, you are looking at a potential cup and handle.
Cup and handle, yeah, I see that too.
And that's a beautiful cup and handle.
Has that gone down 30%? Because I know I've been reading a lot about cup and handle. It has to go down a certain round of percent to be confirmed a cup and handle. What is the percentage normally that would?
It's usually about 50% of the cup.
Okay.
Usually so we can measure that live.
Nice.
So from the top to the bottom, we're looking at 31.
Yeah. So that would confirm a cup and handle, right?
This bottom, we're looking at around, well, that's a wick, so we can call this the close. So around 20. So a little more than 50%. So it is a possibility of this still being a cup and handle.
Yeah.
If it is the case, once again, we would have to break this downtrend line and close at this point here. If we break past this, TRX is going to take off.
Right.
And we are looking at a possibility of around 2.5 cents. If it closes there, we're looking at about 2.8 cents up here. The rule on Fibonacci is if we break 78.6, it usually targets the 2.8. Taking into account we've had massive volume over here, there is a very, very big likelihood of us going up to that 161 like we saw on XRP and hit that 3 cent mark before we come back down.
Come on.
So that's it for TRX.
Okay. So NEO is another one I've been hearing a lot about. I see that on your sheet there, and I've had a lot of people say that NEO is about to go. It's back in a bull mode. It's going to be bullish really soon.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on NEO?
Look, Joe, bro. I mean, as you know, the whole market is about to turn. So I mean, it's not like the stock market where we're talking different industries. This is one industry, you know. So if Bitcoin is nearing the edge of that wedge and is nearing the breakout, all of the altcoins will be doing the same thing.
For sure.
So again, you can see with NEO that it's a very, very similar setup with our first support structure being in and around 1650 and a possibility of that wick retracement if we come down to that 4.9 level on Bitcoin, we're looking at about 1370. I've said a few times already back here that NEO was ready to buy back in for those who are looking to get back in for the hodlers. So I bought my position mainly back here, and I've just been waiting it out, and now I'm waiting for it to come back down so I can accumulate more according to this rule. And that's it. So NEO, again, very, very similar to the other three charts, and we're waiting on Bitcoin to see what happens there. Right. XRP, I've already spoken about. Let's talk. I want that thing to go away. There we go. Okay. Right. So the last one is ETC. ETC, since the beginning of the year, has been sitting perfectly in this downtrend line. It's a beautiful wedge that's been forming right from the beginning of the year. Unlike the other coins that sometimes didn't actually test or respect that downtrend line, ETC has respected it every single time.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I know you were mentioning that a lot of people feel that ETC is about to have a breakout.
Yeah.
Again, the entire market is looking at having a breakout very, very soon. The only difference here that I see in this last few weeks, in the last 20 days or so, this is around the 6th of September. Today is the 28th, 29th, so call it 22 days roughly. This can be considered as accumulation mode. So here people have been collecting, and this thing possibly could be exploding before the other altcoins. If we take this level here and plot it down to the bottom, we can see that we've been struggling to break through this 38.2, not even going into the weak retracement zone, but we're finding resistance around 38.2 Fibonacci level, and that would be my first test. So I would wait for a complete breakout through this zone here before I get into ETC. Volume isn't massive, so you've got to take that into consideration as well. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with that. And that's it.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much it. So we're close to the end of this bear market. A lot of people have said it. You've said it for a few weeks now. I think we're probably, what's the end of that wedge? Probably around the 30th of the end.
The end of that wedge, we're looking around 20th of November. Let's look at Bitcoin. Also around the 20th of November. LTC, again, 17, 18, 20 November.
So we're looking at November, yeah?
They're all looking towards the 2nd to 3rd week of November.
I think that's far.
I just want to mention one last thing.
Yeah.
That being said, with this initial downtrend line over here on XRP, we did see a premature breakout, and that was, if I pull from here to here, like our initial one was. So if we look at this level here, that also sits in around 15th of November, as you can see over there at the date. We had a breakout before we had that wedge. So just bear that in mind as well.
All right, cool.
But again, we're not gambling, we're trading. So we're waiting on TA, we're waiting on technical analysis. If this happens and you're in the market, amazing, congratulations, good for you, you've made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we don't gamble, we trade. So we're looking at technical analysis, and that's what we're looking for.
And that's important for people to realize and distinguish they're different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are gambling right now. They hear me say, like, XRP, it's going to be huge in the future. And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to put all my money in XRP. And I'm like, whoa, diversify your portfolio, chill out.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, something a lot to be said right now to a lot of the people that watch me that, yes, I'm very bullish on XRP long term, But in short term, yes, it might go down. It could go down to 19 cents if you bought it at 50 cents, and you'll be pissed off and you'll be upset and all that stuff. But it will go back up way higher than that if you just hold long term and have the right mentality. If you're investing, you're holding it for a while. If you're trading, you're not giving a shit what coin it is. And people need to understand that too, that they don't have to care about the coin when they're trading. It's just you're getting in, you're getting out, you're making Satoshis, or you're making XRP if you're on Bittrex now, or whatever you're trying to make, you're trying to make profit. And that's kind of the goal. And I guess it's something that a lot of people forget. You can't fall in love with a coin unless you hold it. You have reasons for fundamentals to hold it. And it's something key point.
I just want to mention one more thing.
Yeah.
Outside of technical analysis, a really, really, really important asset that you need to adopt if you're an investor or a trader is patience.
Yeah.
Get into your strategy and be patient and let it play out. This 7K that I spoke about wasn't going to happen overnight.
No.
We only touched the top of that roof today. We spoke about that happening on the 9th of September, almost 20 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So this move had taken 20 days. Now, a lot of the guys that got in the market saw this move and thought, oh my God, Yas might be wrong, or which I may,
you can't be perfect all the time. Let's be real here.
Yeah, exactly.
Part of trading is you have some calls that aren't going to go the right way, and that's every
100%.
trader. There's no such thing as a trader who makes 100% gains every single day on all their trades. It's bullshit.
However, that being said, we did get to the top of that roof.
We did.
It was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
So we just need to. I mean, if you sold at this level here, fantastic. Don't get back in as a result of FOMO because you're buying almost at the top, and then it's going to come back down, and then now you start losing your money again.
Yeah.
So stick to the strategy and be patient. Ultimately,
I agree, 100%.
And that's it.
And so people, what we're also seeing here is now all those that are really close to touching the top of that trend line. Likely, if you've looked at these charts, guys, and just look at them right now, when it touches it, it goes down. It touches it, it goes down. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen soon, guys? It's going to touch it. SEC is going to say, oh, we're delaying it again, and it's going to probably go down. Just so you know. This is not financial advice.
As we speak.
Yeah.
It's already coming back down. It's already down a full percent.
And that's something you have to understand. And you have to learn to understand it and not try to second guess it and tell yourself that something is what it isn't. And that's the key point of being a successful trader, is not telling yourself, yeah, well, it's going to go up more. No, you said I'm going to sell it at 5% gain, and sell it at 5% gain. Be happy, take your profit. But that's a
100%.
winning mentality in trading, and you have to learn to adopt that type of mentality and not try to hit the top all the time. Take what you can, take what the market gives you, because it will take it back sometimes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
And if anyone wants to get on board Crypto Nomads, as you know, we do free BTC TA. Once, twice a week, we give some pointers. Dollars or so on there. It's a really cool social interactive TA group. So if you haven't already, jump onto Crypto Nomads. Also look at Portfolio Crypto Consultancy if you want official services.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sweet. Well, yeah. Cryptocurrency education. TA Fridays. I guess we should make this a thing, man. Probably a lot of people enjoy the TA Fridays. They get their weekends ready, whether they should buy or they should sell. And this is their own choice. Obviously, not financial advice. But if it's me right now and I have my stuff in trades, I think I'm going to sell them all to USDT personally right now. And you're probably going, why? And I'm going to say I'm probably going to do that because it looks like if it's touching the top of that trend line, it's very likely that this weekend we're not going to have a bullish weekend and we go down. But we thought that with Ripple too. So there's another risk that you have to take. So you have to mitigate your risk.
You've got to hedge yourself by not selling out completely. Maybe
half.
Depending on what your risk reward ratio is, go 70-30.
Yeah.
Obviously weighing in on more of what the technicals say. So in this case, the technicals are saying more that we're coming down. So weigh in your sell, on 30% and hold the balance in Tether.
Absolutely, it's a great thing, and people need to think about that sometimes. Sometimes being 50